TCM podcast, all about Chinese medicine. Welcome to a new episode at Traditional Chinese Medicine, TCM podcast. Today we are going to talk about the legendary Chinese medicine doctor, Bian Que. He's known as a doctor with supernatural capabilities, and he's known for the fight against the superstitious as well. So let's begin. As a rule in the traditional Chinese medicine, doctor always treats the whole person, soul and body. It is of utmost importance harmonization of internal balances of a body's energy and personality traits, person's eating habits, and what experiences gets during daily life. In all China, it is believed that medical ethics are directly related to supernatural capabilities such as clairvoyance. TCM doctor who obtains supernatural capabilities will definitely lose abilities in case if his moral and ethics decline or got compromised. In ancient China, supernatural capabilities were common to virtually all Chinese medical doctors as great medical scientists and were all documented in medical texts. What Chinese medicine has inherited are only those prescriptions or experiences from researchers. Ancient Chinese medicine was very advanced, and the extent of its progress was beyond present medical science, even it seems surprisingly. Just as modern medicine traces its foundations to Greek and Roman doctors such as Hippocrates and Galen, traditional Chinese medicine also has its significant early doctors. Bian Que is widely considered to be one of the most important figures in the history and development of Chinese medicine and the earliest known Chinese physician. He lived in about the same period as Confucius during the spring and autumn period. His existence and extraordinary knowledge would probably remain the realm of myth if it had not been for a remarkable discovery archaeologists made several years back. The bamboo strips were found, along with many other precious relics, within 4 Western Han dynasties. Tombs actually should be something like 200 BC until about 24 AD period of time, and those tombs are located in Tianhui town in China's Sichuan province. Among the finds were 4 models of Lom's 9 medical books, about 50 inscribed wooden tablets, and some jewelry and tomb figures. Out of the 9 medical books, some have been verified to be the long-lost medical treatise written by the physician Bian Que. In fact, he was born as Qin Yuan, and incredible skills in medicine earned him the name Bian Que, the name of a legendary doctor. He is traditionally credited within the founding of the 4 methods of diagnosis in Chinese medicine, such as looking, listening or smelling, asking and pulse taking, as well as with the authorship of Nanjing, which actually means the classic of difficult issues, which is important classical text of Chinese medicine, from which information on diagnostic methods was later incorporated into the Huangdi Neijing, which means in fact the Yellow Emperor's classic of internal medicine. He also included the measurements and weights of various organs taken from cadavers. One of Bian Que's major struggles was against superstition. One of his most frequently quoted aphorisms was, "A case is incurable if one believes in sorcerers instead of in doctors." He is famous and attributed with writing the book Bian Que Neijing, which means the internal classics of Bian Que. It is a basic work in Chinese medicine, and it has had an important impact on the development of Chinese medical science. He was engaged in internal diseases, surgery, gynecology, pediatrics. In clinical practice, he used stones and needles for pricking, massage, herbal deduction, hot water bottles, and other methods for treatments. Traveling across the country, he helped the suffering ordinary people. He also founded the first medical school in the history of TCM, called the Bian Que School. At present time, Chinese medicine doctors who study the school of energy channels follow Bian Que's method. Due to his extraordinary knowledge and healing he could perform, Bian Que was referred to as a doctor of miracles. Even today, the four methods remain a foundation for diagnosis in traditional Chinese medicine. Bian Que was gifted with clairvoyance and was well known as a doctor who could perform miracles. According to Chinese legend recording the records of the grand historian, Bian Que was gifted with remarkable abilities from a deity. He was initiated into the healing arts by a mortal who gave him a package of medicine and books of unknown herbal recipes, which gave him the ability to see through the human body and subsequently enabled him to see objects on the other side of a wall, for example. Thus, when examining his patients, Bian Que could see clearly the obstructions and nodes in their internal organs and vessels. Many miraculous cures and predictions were credited to Bian Que. For example, he is said to have performed the first heart transplant, a legendary procedure described as the exchange of hearts. According to the tale, Bian Que administered a narcotic-based anesthetic to two men, opened their chests, and exchanged their hearts. The procedure was alleged to have been a success and to have established equilibrium in the men's energies. Whether there is a factual basis to the legends or not, Bian Que is known to have been a remarkable physician who was centuries ahead of his time. There is actually his famous statement, "When a disease is only skin deep, it may be reached by concoctions and applications. When a disease is in the blood system, can be reached by puncturing. When it is in the stomach and intestines, can be reached by alcoholic extracts. But when it had penetrated in the bone marrow, what could a doctor do?" In 310 BC, Bian Que was assassinated by Li Mi, a royal medical officer in the state of Qin, out of professional jealousy. Today, Bian Que remains a household name in China and temples. Even some popular Chinese idioms, such as bringing the dying back to life, or concealing one's ailment and shying away from doctors, are attributed to this legendary doctor. In the 1970s, a stone relief was discovered in the hills of Weishan County in Shandong province, which dates back to the Han Dynasty, which was from about 2 centuries BC up to the 2 centuries AD, depicting a figure with a human's head and bird's body holding a stone needle to perform an acupuncture. Some scholars see this relief as a confirmation of the totemic origin of Bian Que, and the relics has since been called Bian Que performing acupuncture. Some other scholars, however, suggest that Bian Que may have been a synthesized version of the mythical Gandharvas, the human-headed birds known in India since Vedic times, that were traditionally regarded as skilled physicians. In these interpretations, both the birdman disguise and some of the healing techniques of Bian Que may have resulted from maritime cultural contact between the East China coast and India. that had occurred in high antiquity during the history. Despite the mystery surrounding the historicity of Bian Que as an individual, there is no doubt that, as the stuff of legend, he enjoyed an eminence in the history of Chinese medicine unparalleled by any other physician. Talking about Chinese history. Having said that, I would like to conclude that this very topic has gained very wide attention throughout the history, not only in China, but in the world history of medicine, and hope we can discuss more later about Bian Que and his efforts and fight against the superstitious, which basically among the Chinese medicine practitioners are widely spread, unfortunately. Thank you one more time for listening to this channel, and hear you next time with love and light. TCM Podcast, all about Chinese medicine.